Howdy folks, Justin here. I debated whether or not to release a video with this deck. I was talking to Charmer, and he suggested that before I judge too harshly on the power level of this deck, that I learn how to play it myself. Fair enough, so I did. I have a clip here from the very first game I played with it, and then 3 additional games once I figured out how it works. Full disclosure, I did lose 1 game while I was recording these, but it was to a really fast aggro deck, and there's just nothing I could do about it. So I guess that is one way to combat what is going on here. But the combo is some combination of Ulfric's Uprisings, Nix-Oxes, Laneths, Genius Path Mages, Mentor's Rings. Mentor's Ring and Giant Bat are kind of essential. You use Mentor's Ring on a Giant Bat to give your entire board charge and drain. And Doppelgangers, along with a sprinkling of Night to Remembers and Darker Births. There are a lot of ways you can go off with this deck. You don't have to have anything on the board to go off to start the chain. You just need a Nix-Ox and a Doppelganger in hand and an Ulfric's Uprising, and you could start generating tons and tons of magicka. I'll let you guys decide for yourself the power level of this deck. I encourage you to give it a shot yourself, even though I think it's sort of degenerate as far as its effect on the game. But I was consistently able to go off between turns 9 and 11 in every match I played. And the 3 I'm including here are just 3 in a row. Just stone cold, kills. I include, for fun, the clip of me learning how to play this game the very first time, where I managed to go off the first time I played it, and I lost to the turn timer. But once you kind of get a hang of it, and don't get me wrong, it's a super complex deck in that there are a lot of different lines you can take when you're comboing off, but they all kind of end the same way, which is you killing your opponent, or putting them in a point where you're going to kill them next turn. But yeah, this is the big combo deck on the ladder right now. I expect to see something nerfed. My personal recommendation will be Ulfric's Uprising, because I think that card is only going to be more problematic as more and more creatures are released with new summon abilities. I know a lot of people are rallying against Nix-Ox. Nix-Ox has been obnoxious when I've been playing Arena, but Nix-Ox is just a real strong card. Ulfric's Uprising is what makes all of this possible. But anyway, I will let you guys decide for yourself what you think about it. Yeah. Enjoy. Alright, so record so far. We've gone off on turn 9, turn 10, and turn 11. One game we didn't go off or do anything close to going off, and then we had somebody concede on turn 5. Our next opponent is a Kuva, and now that I've sort of gotten the hang of this deck, I think I'm going to try to walk through the plays and hope we go off so it makes for an interesting video. I debated whether or not to make this video in the first place because the combo's kind of dumb. But I have learned, I have to admit, that it is a little bit more complicated to pull off than I thought at first, than it looks like when I'm playing against it. But it's also possible that I'm just really bad at going off the combo.
We will seize our own fate.
Blood Sorceress on turn 1. Okay, well, we have a lot of good combo pieces here. We have a Doppelganger, we have a Nix-Ox, we have an Ulfric's Uprising. Yeah. No 2-drop. Okay. So we'll play Greybeard Mentor before we play Merchant's Camel. We're using the Drain Vitality package to, control the board. I don't know why that was over in that lane. Okay, we'll grab the Drain Vitality. We want to draw Word Walls and Drain Vitalities. We have almost everything we need to go off. Giant Bat. Okay. There's another Ulfric's Uprising. We'll play Merchant's Camel. We have to take the Mentor's Ring. There's only one in the deck, I believe. Losing a Sanctuary Pet and a Greybeard Mentor is not a huge deal. There's a Fetcher Fly Golem he gave Ward to. I don't think he understands how those interact, but that's okay. Now we have nothing. I could... So I have... 8 cards in hand. I could Ulfric's Uprising. I could Doppelganger. I think I'm just gonna stall. We still need Giant Bat, Laneth, a few things. Ash Oppressor. Okay. Morag Tongue Assassin. Dark Rebirth. So, we Nix-Ox. We Ulfric's Upright. We Nix-Ox Doppelganger. I'm just gonna try to go off now. I'm gonna see what happens. I don't want any of these. I'll take a Greybeard Mentor.
Nicely done.
I'm gonna shackle that. I still can't go off. I could Ulfric's Uprising again. I don't know what that does for me though. Dark Rebirth my camel. I get another Dark Rebirth. I really just want to push this deck and see how far we can take it. Dark Rebirth. Shackle.
Observe.
Yeah, so we were unsuccessful in going off. I'm not even quite sure what I thought I could accomplish there, but it was interesting.
What have we here?
We have 2 Darker Births and a Mentor's Ring. We can try to do some stuff next turn. Embassy Disguise. Is this a singleton deck? Okay. We still have 1 green shot in our deck.
From the wall.
So we don't have the stuff in our hand to combo off anymore, but we were able to use the tools in the deck to do some interesting things.
Let's go then. My time
Okay,
is
Clips
precious.
Baroness is fine. We have 1 more Dark Rebirth. An Ash Oppressor for 1. That's pretty good. Nix-Ox doesn't do anything. So now we're in trouble. We don't have a lot of combo pieces left. We have 23 cards, 3 Genius Path Mages, 1 Ulfric's Uprising, a Laneth, and a Giant Bat are all interesting things to pull. I don't really want to Darker Birth that. Darker Birthing this doesn't do anything for me. I'm just going to try it again. Ulfric's Uprising. Okay. Play Ulfric's Uprising. Giant Bat. Let's not die to the turn timer here. We're not going to get a kill. But I will Giant Bat. Mentor's Ring.
Nicely done. From the wall. Chaos take you.
I think that's everything. There we go. So how much did we end up doing there? That was turn 9. Turn 8. And we put our opponent to 2. So playing kind of recklessly like that, like, sort of paid off. Unfortunately, like, we aren't necessarily going to win this game. There's no additional reach in the deck. I think you pray for a discounted Ice Storm. Or maybe you already have... No, this was discounted. So if you have one Ice Storm in hand... Oh, well. I don't think it matters. Okay.
These streets are mine.
Yeah.
Just doing
Yep.
business.
Okay. Does 3 Drain Vitalities do it? Ash Berserker? Okay.
They're all out to
It's
get
been
me.
an engaging hunt. Well,
Yeah, sorry, Akuva, for playing this deck. Alright, so 4 out of 5 games we've gone off. Or 5 out of 6 or something like that. I'm going to see if we can get a cleaner alright combo. Time for another one. Very consistently going off. And we've started to figure out how to go off without having the perfect combo in hand. We played it real recklessly last game. I think that's when I'll upload. We'll see how this one goes. Playing against Battle Mage, so I assume we just want Drain Vitalities. Vichy Leaks, the Counselor of Dagoth, is our opponent. They have the ring, too. There's Drain Vitality. We'll keep a Blackhand Messenger. And a Greybeard Mentor looks great. Word Wall, and I will be
to die.
happy with the direction my life has taken. Yeah.
Careful there, friend.
Well, that's a great great Drain Vitality target. There's a Nix-Ox for when we start doing shenanigans. Hopefully we can Blackhand Messenger the next play.
By the 8th, they will
It's
meet
Daggerfall
their
Mage. So we might have no play. Merchant's Camel, we will pass the turn. So now we're kind of falling behind on board, which is unfortunate. Ward creature into ward creature. Cunning Ally.
Let's shed some light on
It
the
triggers.
shale take you.
There's our one of Giant Bat. We'll play our Greybeard Mentor over here. Grab our Drain Vitality. I want a Drain Vitality and a Word Wall as my next 2 draws. We put that over there so he has to Firebolt it.
I have you now.
Okay. Sanctuary Pet.
Shale take you.
Another Cunning Ally.
Let's do this.
It doesn't trigger. Okay. Well, there's the word wall. So sorry, my friend. Alright, we're back to 25. So, Nix-Ox, Merchant's Camel, Giant Bat's part of the combo. Dark Rebirth can be. Dark Rebirth better than A Night to Remember. Rapid shot, sure.
I have you now.
Yeah. One drain vitality left. Let's Merchant's Camel for Thieves Guild Recruit.
What have we
Let's play Thieves Guild Recruit. We draw Astrid. So maybe, or are we just waiting for him to Ice Storm? Opponent tried going aggressive in the early game. This is obviously the Giants Merrick type thing. Mystic Dragon is a little surprising. We know he still has a Firebolt. Well, there's a Greybeard Mentor.
Observe.
Yep.
What have we here?
There's our Mentor's Ring. So we have a Nix-Ox, we have a Giant Bat, we have a Mentor's Ring. We don't need Laneth. We need Doppelgangers and Ulfric's Uprisings.
By the 8th, they will meet their maker.
You know I have the Drain Vitality in hand. Okay. Sure. There's a Genius Path Mage. Without the Ulfric's Uprising, though, I can't generate quite the absurd amount of magicka that I need.
I'll lead my family to glory.
We're not swinging because I don't want him getting a prophecy or a card off of the Black Hand Messenger dying. A Nix-Ox, I would go to 8 magicka. A Dark Rebirth, I would go to 11. Trigger that. Both of these don't do anything. Sure.
Sheol hate you.
Yeah. Belligerent Giant on Astrid. I Nix-Ox, I go to 8 magicka. Dark Rebirth, I go to 11. A Night to Remember, I go to 15. I Genius Path Mage, I get Ulfric's Uprising. Okay.
Right this way.
There's always a way, and I can always find it.
What do I want? What I got's not good enough. I need another Ulfric's Uprising. Dark Rebirth. Ulfric's Uprising. For Ulfric's Uprising. Nix-Ox. I'm not gonna have time to combo off here.
My scales.
This should be fascinating.
Seems I must stoop to their level.
Well, I did as much as I could. That was turn 9. And that was a kill if I knew what I was doing. I don't know how my opponent gets out of this, but that was that was another successful combo. I believe my opponent said prepare to die when we started. Oh, that's cool, bro. That's cool. I just realized I have like something on my shirt.
I bow to your victory.
Yeah. So that was a successful combo if we had a couple more seconds to do it. Alright, so I wanted to get one last video in. I don't think by any means we've mastered this deck, but I just want to get enough footage of how consistent this is. Because I think something needs to be done about this. Playing against Monk, hopefully it's Ring of Namira Monk combo. Both because they won't interact with us and we can go off before them, in theory. And also because I gotta keep those responsibly, I think. And also because it's something different. There's the Nix-Ox. There's a word wall. No play from our opponent says that keeping all our defensive stuff was kind of a waste of our time and we should have just gone for combo pieces, but that's a decision that I'm not at the point yet with this deck where I can make.
If I fall, my scales move in shadow.
A Night to Remember. I don't particularly like A Night to Remember. I think it's the weakest of the cards like it in this deck.
Lead me into
Oh shit.
observe.
Chaos take you. My scales.
There's Drain Vitality. We have a word wall in hand, so it looks like our opponent is maybe some kind of shout monk.
Observe.
Okay. And a word wall, but not one protecting this. Well, word wall's not going to do much against my plans here. Yeah.
The Night Mother will guide us.
Sometimes look, I'm not worried about my opponent's prophecies putting them at a huge tempo advantage and killing me in this game, so I don't care about this. Sheer Point Dragon's fine. Doesn't matter. There's Genius Path Mage. So, say I play Nix-Ox next turn, and I will go to 6 Magicka, I go to 4, I go to 10, Genius Path Mage pulls a 4-drop. It's not quite good enough.
Anasi finds it useful to use her
Sure,
enemy's
Lethal
skill
Guard.
against them.
I do have a bunch of useless creatures in the battlefield now. Black Hand Messenger's pretty good.
The Night Mother will guide us.
My scales.
Okay. We're just kind of waiting to draw to combo pieces now. Sure. Ghost Face. Undying Dragon. Alright.
If I fall, the Hist will reclaim me.
That was a level 2.
We'll never give ground.
Phalanx Exemplar.
Stand ready.
Slime Marshblade. Queen Baronzaya.
I am the Queen Mother. Attend me.
Chaos take you.
I think I can be greedy like that.
They'll never get the best of
Yeah.
us.
You gonna play another guard creature?
We'll never give ground.
Sure. There's a bunch of those.
Lead me into battle. Lead me into battle. Lead me into battle.
Okay. Dark Rebirth. Nix-Ox, I go to 9. A Night to Remember, I go to 13. Dark Rebirth, I go to 16. That's one more than I want. I need to be at 15 to make this happen. So let me make sure I do this right. I Nix-Ox, I go to 6. I go to 9. I Dark Rebirth, I go to 12. I Night to Remember, I go to 16. There's no way for me to spend one Magicka.
We are not amused.
In order to get Laneth. I need more cards. And I don't think he's going to give them to me. Oh, maybe he does. Astrid's useless. Ulfric's Uprising. Tazcad. I play Nix-Ox. I go to 10 Magicka. Alright, it's math time. Nix-Ox. 10 Magicka. Genius Path Mage. No. A Night to Remember. 14 Magicka. Dark Rebirth. 17. 15.
There's always a way, and I can always find
Ulfric's Uprising.
I'll lead my family to glory.
Ulfric's Uprising. Go to 6 Magicka.
This way.
I need a Doppelganger.
Right this way.
I'm getting a ton of Magicka, but I can't double go off unless I Doppelganger Laneth. Ulfric's Uprising. Am I going to have time to do this? Mentor's Ring. Giant Bat. Giant Bat. Mentor's Ring.
this should be fascinating.
Seems I must stoop to their
This
level.
should be fascinating.
Seems I must stoop to their level.
Oh, I wasn't able to swing with everything. Why does this keep happening to me? Because I have no idea what I'm doing. Or because I win. Look, okay, in conclusion, this deck is too strong. I was able to do this almost every single time I played it. Too good.